Can you hear us? This is the place we stopped the class last time. From the beginning, we have to do the department taxation. Did we consider these diagrams? The matrix relationship. But where the worker for the secretary should report to the two directions. First to the vertical direction under the normal functional head. But since they are supposed to do project tasks, then simultaneously they should report to the project manager as well. Horizontal. This is a matrix departmentalization creates a goal authority. There is one exception to the traditional management principle, unity of command. Then the unity of command cannot be considered here because dual authority arises. Like in most organizations, even in Sri Lanka, we are having this structure. It is created naturally when those tasks are put in the control. In our faculty, also we are having while performing our normal teaching jobs, we can engage in some other activities also, in projects. As examples, in universities, maybe we have to be members or conveners of curriculum development. Now, there are two such committees now. So, revise MBA curriculum and BSc curriculum. We have to have meetings, discuss it, and finalize the draft. Then draft should be recommended, submitted to the statutory meetings also, including the Senate. Then after that, sometimes they should be sent to the UGC also. So it's approval. After that, only we can launch the new program, revised program. Then the matrix relationship structure is applicable to most organizations. But we don't draft them in diagrams, but the requirements are met. Requirements are met for practice. Then second one is the departmentalization. The third function of organizing is coordination. It is very important. No? Managers mainly do coordinate tasks to communication. Right, then there are two types of coordination, vertical, horizontal. This diagram depicts the part of the vertical coordination, hierarchical coordination. But to coordinate this, communication or information sharing should happen. No? Communication or information sharing should happen. Then here vertical communication. Vertical communication should be used. Hierarchical communication should be used with the upward and downward communication. Right. Then senior managers or top managers as task senders can communicate vision, mission, goals, outcome, purpose, plans, criteria, order to the global level. Right. Then feedback, criteria, achievement of purpose, grievances, complaints, all can move from bottom to the top. This is the way the vertical coordination happens in an organization. The main purpose of the vertical coordination is to have a good relationship between the top management and the operational level. This cannot be done with the horizontal communication, horizontal coordination, and that cannot be done with this. Both should be there. Then we will move to the next one, horizontal coordination. Yeah, then senior managers top managers are playing here the task sender role. The others are playing here the task recipient role. Then horizontal coordination happens with the teamwork, team and group work. Yeah, the lateral communication or horizontal communication can be used. But to have that, the organization should practice teamwork. Right. Then this also will follow the synergy synergy concept in the system theory. Then the what is called synergy or the collectiveness cannot be achieved. Collective results cannot be achieved unless having the only having the vertical coordination, unless having the horizontal coordination. The ultimate task of an organization is to achieve the corporate goal, strategic goals. To achieve this, this is highly essential. It's a must. Then, as an example, different departments can communicate each other. Production with marketing, finance, and projects to the task and to achieve the corporate goals. Right. Even the different management meetings can be used in our faculty. We are having the faculty board, no? All departmental representatives, unit representatives, senior staff members to that. The final one is the Senate. All institutions, faculties of the unit should come there, share information and to recommend. It is hierarchical as well as horizontal. These meetings are achieving the both coordination. Finally, the final board meeting can approve it. They have come from the other meetings. That's how final decisions are made. But before that, there are initial meetings, no? Maybe task forces, committees, subcommittees, the operational level, functional level. All organizations, those meetings are there. They are conducting meetings. This is the last learning outcome of the lesson to know. Some have been considered the other lessons. Right. Basic organizing principles. With these organizing principles can be done effective. Even other functions can be done effective. Right. One is span management or span control, where the number of subordinates given to the superior should be manageable, should be in a manageable size. That is called span of control. This should be clearly noted. In universities also there is a norm of lecture student number. Right. That is for one lecturer there should be actually about 18 students, but now we have more than that's a span. But in organizations also there's a span of management. But lecturer-student relationship is not employee relationship, no. Employee-customer relationship. But that can be considered as also as a self-management. We are required a student while teaching. But here span is very narrow. It's a small class. The span, no? Span of management. Span of supervision. In other big classes, the span is wide. In yellow classes, it is unmanageable. No? Now they are only looking at the field. But we had that, no? The span management is maybe zero. But there are methods given in the meeting. Right. Then another principle is chain of command. That's what I mentioned of chain of command. A chain of command is the whole layer. That means, as mentioned in the vertical coordination, the whole position in an organization should be arranged from top level to the lowest level. To that only we discussed vertical coordination should happen. The other one is the scalar principle. When reporting, it should go from lowest to the top. The other way. Right. Then the unity of command is another one, but when we have the matrix relationship, this cannot be seen. Each person or in subordinate in an organization should clearly report to one boss. This is the one I mentioned with the chain of command, scalar principle. Actually, the authority, the reporting should be extended from the lowest level to the highest position. Right. Then they should how to delegate. What should be done to the authority? It can be delegated. Authority can be delegated. That means a portion of the authority can be distributed to the lower levels. But this happens between the immediate two positions, not throughout the hierarchy. If it is considered throughout the hierarchy, then that is considered as decentralization, not delegation. This is the assignment of a portion of the task between by a boss to the immediate subordinate. Maybe a general manager can assign task to a line manager. Or line manager can assign the task to the assistant manager in that department. Right. Then in granting authority, these three concepts should be known. The authority, responsibility. Responsibility is the personal obligation. Personal obligation to perform the task given in the authority. Accountability is money. Responsibility is accountability is that means when completed as expected, if there are differences with the direct reasons, that is called accountability. The performance gap should be validated by the person. Then this is very important. Sometimes people are bothering about responsibility and authority, not the country like that. Especially for people having big questions. Accountability is also very important. Authority should go together. Responsibility account. Then organizing and management administration can be done very successfully. Then authority is the legitimate power or right to influence or make decisions and to direct others based on the position. This can be done. Then there are two types of authority: line authority and staff authority positions. Line authority positions can directly contribute to the major goals. The others can indirectly contribute to the main purpose, providing advice, social and expertise. But both are required for an organization. The accounting, finance, and auditing, consulting are considered as staff authority position. The CEO position, marketing manager position, production manager, they are normally considered as line authority position. IT manager, manager, research and development manager are also considered as line of staff. They are also providing support to other major departments. internal auditor, external auditors are staff positions. Right. But both are required for organizations. Then these are the things, two things I mentioned there, which is to achieve the goals given by the supervisor. Accountability is the requirement to provide valid, satisfactory reasons and more significant differences, deviations from the expected results. If it is not material, then person can be silent. But if it is huge or material, we do not have material balance. Then he or she should provide reasons. The විනාඩි 5කට වැඩි පරක් තුනනේ. This material, right? And you have to be accountable. You have to give a reason. ඒක විනාඩියක් දෙකක් පරක් ලේට් එච්චර නැහැ. පොඩ්ඩක්. Right. That's the accountability. It's more than the authority and the responsibility. Because as a student, you can enter here. You have the authority. As a registered student, and you have the responsibility also to attend the class. But if you make differences, you should be accountable. Then delegation, decentralization are some other concepts. Delegation means assigning authority by your superior to an immediate subordinate within 2 knots in the chain. If it happens, if it is considered over the chain, then that concept is considered as then at the organization is based on the senior manager's attitudes and practices. Then if the organization likes distributing decision-making power to the lowest position as much as possible, then a certain organization may be more decentralized. Otherwise, those organizations can be considered as more centralized. But we can't say the former is better, latter is bad. We can't say so. It depends on the senior managers' attitudes and values and the practices. So, values, norms, and nature of the business, the organization is in. There are a lot of factors determined. But all organizations try to have a balance between centralization and decentralization. Some are more with the decentralization, others are more with the centralization. It depends on the person actually. So senior manager is more decentralization oriented, but there can be a divisional manager who is more centralized. Also can happen. And the other way as well. Most lower level managers like to do the decentralized, but senior manager tries to be one man show always. That is mostly seen in Sri Lankan organization. But this comes as an industry requirement. No? Even senior managers like to be decentralized, but a lot of innovations. Like teamwork should be done to respond to the market changes, then it should be done. Otherwise, company cannot perform in the market. It can also cannot survive. Therefore, all finally come to the equilibrium with the market impact, environmental impact, market norms. Therefore, as industry norms. Right. This is recent organizing principle in HRA, work empowerment or employee empowerment or delegation. It is one extended version of the decentralization or delegation. Right. Here, authority should be distributed to the employees in a genuine manner, in a real way. They tend to exercise the authority in their capacities. Mostly organizations are using training and development to develop such qualities in employees. Because without developing their competency, this cannot be practiced. That is one requirement. But as I said before, another requirement is the senior managers, top managers should be ready to do this. And lower level managers and employees should be ready to take the responsibility. Those should be compromised. To genuinely have work empowerment in an organization or in a region. But now I think even at national level, based on the new generation, this is highly expected. The autonomy, empowerment are highly expected. Therefore, today I think a successful leader try to have empowered style in this. But as I said, those requirements should be fulfilled. But one is from the management side. Managers should be ready to empower others. That is from the other side. Others also should be ready to take the responsibility. Then only the organization can have this one in a win-win situation. In a society also same, no? Not only the leaders, no? Even the followers should be ready to take responsibility. Develop the value. Nama bare gamute dina naweta dahan inutat para pula like take kalu offer. Then they are also responsible. Kunu dahan inutat. Patulera what happen? Tamange utre arasana. The followers are also responsible. Save the money, national public property. Not only the leaders. In developed countries, followers are having a role model behavior, the leaders are forced to do that. That's the other way. They have to work in that way. As the Japanese leader. The leaders are Japan in the back. Italian what is not Prime Minister, they are now understood that they are not suitable for the continuing question. Then they have to decide. Such a pressure should come from the bottom. That happens in all developed countries. People have a China is strange enough. In UK, people have a even USA, Korea, South Korea. Even India, far better than right. That is at the national level, global level. These similar things can be discussed in all levels, not only businesses. Right, at the end of the lesson, the small lesson, no? We define organizing, then identified 3 functions of organizing, job design, departmentalization, coordination. Then one by one we describe them. Right, finally, then we noted some diagrams also, hypothetical diagrams also for the different types of departmentalization and few diagrams to know the vertical and horizontal coordination. Finally, we were discussing about key principles of organization. Towards worker empowerment, we also noted some branches of these concepts, no? Some other sub-concepts like authority, staff authority, delegation, decentralization, centralization, and different job design techniques, job simplification, job rotation, job enlargement, job enrichment. Then organizing means deploying resources of an organization to achieve the goals. Deployment. Deploying all resources, including human resources. But deploying people is very difficult. But to make decisions, what is required? Information. Information should be well utilized. Finally, is to manage the finance. Otherwise, the company would collapse. All are required. Accounting and finance. But all these, the corporate leadership is the ultimate price of corporate leadership. Organizational leadership. And then we attributed the system of organizing with this biological system tree of designing departmentalization or clustering. Then coordination. All can be seen in the biological systems as well. But you need to have a break, not too early, no? Because we have finished this in the half previously. But I started from the beginning and had a revision also. And I got like promotion also now from professor to senior professor. That's the last one. Last one. After 8 years from professorship, we can apply. I have 12 years. First, from now, 12 years. Further, 8 years. In Lanka. But lecturers are not retiring. Anytime they can work, even after the retirement, they can go for private institution. They can engage in project proposal evaluation, consulting. We can do research, no? In meantime, we can work. Right, any other questions about the lessons? Because to be a professor, actually, we should not only teach it, we can teach in different ways. We should do administrative questions also to help university administration as a dean, as a head, as a coordinator, and some committees. What should be done to earn marks? The three area, teaching area, administration area, and societal. Knowledge dissemination area. That was come with the administration as well. The second one is the most important one, research and publication. By teaching research and publication and administration and social work. Those are the three categories. And then we have CPs. Also. Then we can apply, we can have self-evaluation mark scheme, then the panel, appointed panel members, UGC members, council members, select members, and industry experts, academic experts, they evaluate. But normally, no much deviations from our self-evaluation and the evaluation because we have to strictly follow the UGC scheme in preparing our scheme. No much deviation. Then we apply whenever our points are far above the minimum threshold, then only we can apply. The research publication is number one. Now it is more trendy as opposed before. It is never ending also. You can go for write journals, papers. But in undergrad level, in MBA level, we are using our own research findings also to teach. It's not that suitable for the bachelor level. And then we will have a break for a while. For about no, shall we get have a quiz because today I think better to have two quizzes. We have 6 hours. The others prepared today no, for the class? No. Coming also, you can do that. We have 2 classes today. Right, any questions from online class, online participants? We have done 5 pieces, no? 5 more to be done. At least 5 more to be done. Then today we can have 2. Then we may finish at 7. We have 2 today. After 3 more, with the 11 mark. Then here we will have a break for about 10 to 15 minutes. Coming back, we will continue. Then we have to do some cases also, no? Case studies, quizzes, what should be done? Because any number of cases should be done. Because in finally, to finalize even professional stages, it's a matter of having integrated cases. Now, SIMA speed up track gives only 3 cases, no? No subjects, ne? But you have to spend about 800,000 rupees under the fast track of SIMA. Even O-level, A-level completed people can go for that. Within 1 year, it can be completed. Then through that, they can get other qualifications also. CA, ACCA. Then they will come for an MBA. To complete the academic path. They will come to MBA of National University. It's possible. They can enter. We can't reject them. We can't reject the applications. If they are performing very well in the interview also, we can't reject them. And they are very good in English also. That is the main requirement to do higher studies. Nothing else, English and the presentations. English means oral and written both. Both should be there. So they are using body languages also very well in interviews. But meantime, they need to have actually extracurricular activities. There are marks allocation points for them as well. The last one is the interview performance. Then, if there are diplomas, certificates done, which are also given marks, at least one by one. Even Dampasa Sataki Powder and Tegol Balarayan. I take it out at the Girapugira Lapula Kamina, Dampasa Sataki, some are Arayan, they are not regarding. Research Chemical Tavalapno. Surveys, research, publication, news articles, even nothing of Tavalapno. Right, then have your career also planned? Then we will have such a break. Coming back, we will continue. And above all, you need to have a vision, as we discuss in a small case. You have to communicate your vision also. Vision and mission also. Only the vision. No?
Long may comment đấy còn nhé. Khi mà người ta là biết ra cái hành gì mất cái này là rồi cái tàu chậm người ta nhận về nói lấy cái này mà chúng ta về là cái chào cái này không đó thì anh nói đến thế là kia đó cái gì nó
ini maksudnya tinggi dengan tinggi kepada terdetik. Ini sekolah ini kalau everybody should go to the good care value.
oh iya yang di mana pas itu kontrol không bắt chặt đấy
Iya, itu video kan
iya lewat video kan dia
I have to give my insurance premium of the vehicle. There are 92,000. It's not that big now. For electric vehicles, it reaches to 200,000. So, that is electric vehicles. The premium is high. But I didn't claim in the last year. Then I can ask for a discount. No claim discount. Srilankan insurance is not giving that, no? Yes, all amount. But they have not increased the premium also because the market price of vehicles gone up. They are keeping the same rate. That is good. No? Have a great day. Insurance करेगा तेरा है जितना है नहीं डर प्राविधा जितना है then how about the chartered talent subject completion? Even before we go for the final stage, normal subject application, can we do business communication 3 also in advance? CS3? Doable. Is it if we complete last what subject we can do? What subject which? Last university then from this year? There will be capstone. But if the student now in this year, if he or she can complete CS3, then what would happen? It is pointless.
If he or she completed all subjects along with the CS3,
Then need not to go for the caps.
yeah, he complete the whole level.
And
He complete the whole level.
All subject and business communication and IT. Then the level is complete.
IT2 is also there. My son. He completed CS1, CS2, IT1. But yet to complete IT2 and CS3. By this December, both should be completed. IT2 and CS3, both should be completed. For syllabus. But IT2 cannot be applied unless corporate level at least one subject is tried. They said that. It is prioritized for the students taking corporate level 4 subjects. But CS3 can be applied. That's their advice. And I will ask at least him to complete the CS3. No? But he wanted to do both. But these people said that IT2 cannot now already now completed, registration completed.
If we haven't done corporate level subjects,
Yeah.
point of in CS3,
Right?
we have to go capstone.
That's what. Yeah, that's what his friends have told him. Pointers. Yeah, he came through 80 completion, but now in the faculty, semester 1. The second or third year only I asked him to do cooperative present. Getting knowledge from similar subjects in the university. But now study packs are good, no? All syllabus is from the study pack. Then that is wasteful, no? He got the exemption in the placement test. I asked him the placement, apply for the placement test for CS3 this time also to check whether he can do that without class. But because of that problem, it is pointless to complete. He also told me again, but I have 2 caps.
Earlier there was big fire. Earlier there was big fire. Mostly big fire.
Big time.
Now it's over. There's spoken about the
Under caps, the ethical skills are tested. area ethics, business ethics, those things, no? Is there a written exam? Yes, sir. Private presentation, an interview. Then okay. Looking at videos and all, YouTube videos, they can get ready. Actually, that is to check the behavior and attitude of the candidates. Professional ethics and all. In IT2 also there's an interview, no? CS2. There's an interview, no? Or discussion. My daughter is doing mathematics this time, A level. Even through mathematics, she can go for SIMA or something later. Even she can enter to university, even while doing that, she can do the management part. It was like SIMA. Then I will ask her to do the track, fast track. Mathematics capacity is memorize things. Subject matter should be memorized. But now there are a lot of avenues like how we. Competition is also high. The job side. But now even chartered pilot can be done by registering for the police firm or somewhere. We don't show the articles. No? So in the training agreement, they can do the final.
Corporate level they can.
Huh?
Corporate level they can. But those final
You have to be able to get transfer.
Final also possible.
They need that.
If you have 1 year training, not. The new syllabus, I think I heard that they are going to give it as a SIGMA analysis. But to get the membership, they have to have the required experience. Get the membership. Take that person. That is the chance is given. Actually, that is actually that's the way I think. Complete this are students can take one application. But to get another center should be changed. They also say to get a membership at least 1 year experience is counted. The charter process should be seen. Without that, only they can have also say no pass final. That means that they have done all post complete, but total member. To apply for an MBO and all, then the candidate should have a membership. Then they can't go for an MBE only with the pass final. Then all should happen as I mentioned with the industry norms, global market norms. That's the final. No organization cannot, no person cannot violate it. Everything should happen according to the market norms. Here, the market is global. Global market. Even our living standard is affected by lifestyle. Right, then we will start with organizing that. Organizing lesson. Please. Participants. And after that, we will do leadership lesson. With that, we'll move to the cases if we have enough time. Because all topics are matchable for a case study. At quiz number 6 are going to be started. You know. Then a key learning point, one very clear learning point about organizing norms.
Design.
There are Viva in the one. Charlotte Viva in the Viva.
Then part is job design. Design is the process of determining the specific task, duties, and responsibilities of the job. Then design is help to create and clear the clear structure of the work for ensure the employees understand what is expected from them. Also, job design is effective job design, improve also efficiency and satisfy and performance. Then we learned about similar areas with the job simplification. In the job simplification, we learn improve moving limited and closely related the task. Also, we learn the job simplification. Job folder performance only small number of simple and narrow activities. Also, in the job simplification objective is increase the efficiency through specialization.
Can you give an example to understand that job simplification is that? Then you have to identify a position.
Example, this company, then PPS is a whole organization. We in the old jobs means that bank reconciliation, investment preparation, writing the checks, and accounting preparation. They can't. That one person can't do that whole thing. Therefore, we can allocate another person for that job for reduce accountant job.
That means not allocated task, but the key task or functions of the accountant job should be identified. Then category wise you have to tell them. Then what you are now taking, tell it about bookkeeping now.
So that means they will know that one person can't do all things.
No, anyhow, the accountant should look after this.
Yeah. I think that illness preparation check within, we should even assistant executive or something.
No, no. He can assign, but as an accountant,
He should check
the job scope should be narrowly identified. It's the key task, very fundamental task. Then what are those? Bookkeeping. Then
financial preparation, financial accounts preparation.
preparation. Then
They present the management for management.
no, that is okay. Then computer. Work in preparing them in a computer environment. So enough for an accountant. What is?
They should focus on the budget.
Now prepare accounts for the auditing purposes. Those are the basic things. And communicate some structured report to the board, management accounting firm. Those activities should be identified for an account. Then in the paper advertisement, we see these, no? The basic requirements communicated by the company, no? For that job. That's our job design. But now, that's a fundamental thing. When you consider other job design techniques, then what is called narrow scope can be widened. Give more motivation to the job whole design. But job specification only communicate to the job side. Job identified quotas. That's how you should understand. But job design and the simplification and other things. Allocate करना के लिए भाई ने एक दोसा organize. Other principles. Delegation. But now we are talking about the first learning principle. You decide. What I can have practice again, you know, like a you have to have deep knowledge. Right. Then expand Priyadarshana. Priyadarshana.
A function of organizing, job designing, departmentalization, coordination needs there. And all of them are interlinked, like job designing, these questions are given, and departmentalization, those created procedures are coordination. One is of coordination means that and basically how brand designations are called, how the communication between brand designations are coordinated. Job designing.
And you are talking about what concept?
I'm trying to think of is the main functions of
Organizing. The first one was told by Igno, job design. The second one,
ranking those created proportion brand
but grouping, no? Grouping, clustering. Clustering jobs looking at the similar and dissimilar features. Tell about only that. Departmentalization and select one particular base, and you can reach the answer.
departmentalization, basic department solutions, there are CEO is in the top line, and under him There's a company owner, CEO is a line, and there is a HR manager, purchasing manager, marketing manager.
No, it's about the simple departmentalization, but we don't see functions now in that. Owner is there, owner manager is there, then a few employees so directly may report to him or her. The very flat, maybe having only 1 or 2 layers, 2 or 3 layers, not functions. Functions are done, no functional departments. In that way, you have to communicate. Right. It should be very specific about topic like this organization. Otherwise, this confusion is a confusion for all who they follow other functions. Right, then next one, Danushika, right? Danushika, right? What's your answer?
With other composition, we can get example for CEO, regional managers, and then in their sub authorities like line authority and staff authority. In line authority, exercised by position which are directly responsible to achieve organization basic purpose. Manager and staff authority is assigned to position one are directly responsible for the basic purpose of an organization. They may anticipate the point of the line position the organization. Internal and external commitments can be considered.
Right. Next one, Ramanayat. Lovely, yeah.
So, the organization can
But what's the concept you selected to talk? Huh? The whole function. You define organizing function. Huh? You had a definition or an explanation of the function. A definition. Right. What's the keyword? The definition. At least one keyword. One important word. Can you mention one important word used for the definition? Huh? It is not a definition actually. No? You identified 3 functions. Based on the definition, you can identify the functions. Those are the 3 sub-functions of organizing. Can you explain how coordination can be done by managers? Coordination. Third function no, can be effectively done by managers. How to do that? Coordination. Is required. What are required for that? Even somebody would ask you to coordinate. That particular you should consider to do that. Is required. Coordinate. You know, manager is working paper. How do you do that? Karena istilah internet mana make karena dulu. In coordination, actually we have to communicate, no? We have to communicate the task with the others, with the subordinates. Vertical, horizontal. So actually, I think if you want to highlight the coordination, it's actually you have to communicate. Nah, menarik saya itu badan nama mikirnya menarik karena experience tadi itu pula. Maka experience ini jadi karena pula. And you can but you have to follow up with the task is in the right track or not. Tahun hari ini nak kira apa pasti kira ni. Cuma tu itu. Kan. Jadi tu
Others within an organization. There are 2 liabilities other exercise 5 questions that are related responsible engineering organization production as liability owners voices and workers to ensure production targets are met and staff authority assigned to the position who are not directly responsible for the basic purpose of an organization. They may be the organization. The jury the final given staff authority initial.
But small correction should be done. This should be looked at in the way the position is in the organization. You use that, but in a time you said the plant manager has the line authority to command, to give commands to the people in that division. But all divisional heads have that authority. Even HR manager or the accountant has the line authority to give commands to the people in that division. Right? Then with that you can distinguish line and staff authority. All are having that. Do that for the juniors, the subordinates. But this should be considered looking at the way the position can directly or indirectly contribute to the primary task of the organization, primary goals of the organization. But production managers normally have the distribution without manufacturing. The company cannot sell the product if it is. But all are not manufacturing. They are doing import and exports. Then import managers and export managers are only line position in certain organizations. They are not the staff position. They are directly doing the main tasks. That's how we should look at that. Looking at the primary purpose of the organization and how positions contribute to it, directly or indirectly. Normally, given that there, සමහර වෙලාවට තියෙනවා normally වෙනවා වෙනස් විදියට. The research people are holding line positions. No? Its main task is to do research and development. The construction companies, normally engineers are doing that. No? Engineers have power in construction. CB got the engineers are holding line position in electricity board. They have no power. They directly contribute. But in at the nature of the business, we have to consider this. In a hospital, doctors, nurses are directly contribute, even paramedics, university lecturers, no? So let's get teachers to them line position. Take a name, This principle should be well connected to the practice. Otherwise, we are not doing the right task. Right then, number 14, 014.
How they really invite there are following and everything of designing. One is job certification, other one is job rotation, and job enhancement and job enrichment. First one is job certification means dividing work into small tasks to improve efficiency and reducing complexity. There is job rotation. Job protection means moving employees between different jobs to reduce monetary and improve job skills. Job enlargement, which is one of the another approach. Job enlargement increasing the number of tasks within the job to make it more interesting. The last one is job enrichment. Job enrichment increase both number of tasks and increase control of tasks.
Why you are not bothering about all of it? But overall, you can have identified them, then select only one of 2 levels. And you wanted to talk about job rotation. What's the meaning of that? Shifting the workers periodically over similar jobs. That's the main idea of that. But practically, it can be done in other ways as well. Right? Shifting workers on a rotating basis across different assignments, across different locations, or sending them overseas, like for professional programs or academic programs. In such a way, also, I think job rotation can be done. It is to have a difference, new exposure, new experience, idea job ordering. But the fundamental thing is the definition of that says that the workers are shifted, rotated over similar jobs. That's the main idea. But there are different ways of doing that. Right? Then based on the main idea, we can say that it is only applied for the lower level jobs, not in other jobs levels. But in other job levels also it can be done. Because even professional workers, managerial workers can be rotated across the different assignments, local and overseas assignments. It is also rotated. Then people will expose to new culture, new environment. They will learn new technologies, new practices. We come back to serve the organization. No? Those are different issues actually. When we consider this concept, those are some issues. Do you agree with this? Because it can happen in different ways, numerous ways. Rotation. But we got that chance, no? To complete our PhD, we got full pay leave for 3 years, 3.5 years. Live in another country and to complete and come back. But coming back is very important. Some are not coming back. They are violating the bond also. They don't pay actually. There are no cases. Even the government cannot recover. Tiger by they are not humanistic, no? Tiger by me Vishwas and Sankaran, Gandhi bad, legally Pulanga, even Gandhi ethical. That is also part of your protection. Enlargement, evat you know, alutas, current the promotion somewhere, evat you know. Those are alternative job design techniques to the classical one, job simplification. Even people in the officers in private organizations are getting this. They can go for another country. Maybe if the subsidiary of head office is there, they can serve there for a couple of years, couple of months, then come back, can come back. Even locally, they can shift it across branches and offices. That is also part of the job rotation. Same worker is rotated. But he or she should resume duties on the same job. A promotion may be considered later. Promotion involves a job issue. The last technique, last research. So these are true, no? Correct. Right, next one, 19,019.
It's me, sir.
Yeah, also hearing now. Here in the class. Okay, then now your chance to tell the learning point of about organizing.
Today my point is basic principles of organizing. First one is a span of control. It's about how many people report directly to one manager. As example, let's get a customer service manager. He supervises 6 representatives directly. If the team grows beyond 10, another team leader may be appointed to maintain effective supervision. Then let's get the delegation. It's the process of a manager assigning part of their authority and responsibility to a subordinate while still being accountable for the outcome. Um, and next one is authority. It is the official right or power given to a person to make decisions. And to make decisions and give orders and control resources. Uh, as example, let's get a purchase manager. Uh, uh, he has the authority to approve buying raw materials up to some amount without higher approval, without getting higher approval. Uh, Next, decentralization. It is the systematic transfer of decision-making power and authority from top management to lowest level in an organization. Then, if I get an example, um, a retail company allows branch managers to deciding pricing strategies and promotional offers. The last one is responsibility. It means being answerable for completing assigned work. As example, a project leader is responsible for finishing software module by the deadline.
Yeah, example you gave as a purchase manager, right, is given authority to make procurement decision.
Yes.
Did you use that to explain centralization or decentralization? That example by you to explain or decentralization or delegation?
It's decentralization because up to some beyond some amount there will be another manager for the authority.
Okay, that's a distribution of authority, no, to the lower level.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. It's decentralization.
That's like centralization onto then Harigasa gatta.
Sorry, sir.
පස්සේ හරිගස්ස ආසයක ඉස්සලත් කිව්වේ එහෙමමද?
ඉස්සෙල්ලත් එහෙමයි සර් කිව්වේ.
නෑ වගේ. Okay, thanks. Then we will move to Pereira, MK Pereira.
Hi, good morning,
Yes.
sir. Today, learning outcome is organizing principle. First one, I choose span of control. Span of control means the number of people a manager can manage effectively. For example, one manager supervises 5 employees. The span of control is 5. A smaller span allows close supervision, while wider span gives more independence to workers. Second one, I choose a chain of command. The chain of command shows the line authority in organization from the top level to bottom level. For example, a sales assistant reports to a sales manager, and the sales manager reports to a general manager. It helps everyone know who report to gives instructions. Third one, unity of command. Unity of command means each employee should report to only one boss. This avoids confusion and conflict. For example, a cashier should take instruction only from account manager, not from 2 different supervisors. Fourth one, Scala principle means there should be a clear line authority from top to bottom of the organization. For example, messages or orders flow from general manager to department heads and then to employees, step by step.
Okay, thanks. කැටියට මුදල් ගන්න ගමන් මේ බඩු විකුණන්නත් පුළුවන්ද? කැෂියර් අය කැමිට මුදල් ගන්න දරු කරන ගමන් මේ බඩු විකුණනේවත් කර හැකිද? Can't. Normally not expected. No? There are sales girls for that. Then likewise, empowerment should be done carefully, right? Not mistakenly. Right. Okay, then next one, number 17. That's what answered. Who? Number 17 answered, no? Oh, NK Pereira answered number 17.
Yes, yeah, answers. Pereira.
Number 17. Pereira, no? The next one, number 17. 017. Absent. 017 is absent today. Right. Then 011. 011.
Sir, I am here. Today my learning point is departmentalization. When get departmentalization is simply grouping similar jobs together, organizing a company. I like to explain it with practical example. When I get pizza shop, when imagine who own a big pizza shop, he can organization him staff in different way. When get by finalization, by function, he can group people by different way like kitchen department, sales department, delivery department. When get product, pizza shop owner can group people in pizza division, dessert division, like pizza division staff who only make, sell and market the pizza, and dessert division staff who only make, sell and market in ice cream and other cakes like lava cake. Otherwise, I get when geographically he multiply location, group people whether they work, I think branch team.
කාගීතුලේම සේස් ගර්ල්ස් ලෑම එක එක තැන් වල ඉන්නවානේ. මම යනකොට කඩවතක් ඉන්නවා සමහරලාට. මම ගම්පහ ගිහිල්ලා කාගීස් එකට ගියොත් ඒකෙත් ඉන්නවා සමහරලාට. අඳුර ගන්න පුළුවන්. It's a job station, no?
Yes, sir.
ඊසයත් එමය. කිචන් එකේම ඉන්නවන්න ඕනේ නම් මේ බයික් එකේ ගිහිල්ලා රවමක් දාලා සේල් පාරක් දාලා ඉන්න කියන්න පුළුවන් නේද? That's a job rotation.
Yes.
Then also experience a difference. එකම තැනින් ඉඳපුවා boredom වෙනවනේ. boring වෙනවා. Then it gives the productivity. ඒකට පොඩ්ඩක් the manager
Yes.
had install manager to do these things. But they are doing this without knowing management principles mostly, right? Okay, then next one, number 26. Present or absent? Last 2 times absent. 3 times. I don't have names. Right, next one, Mahesh. 010. Are you there today? Online. Mahesh. 010. seems not today. Right, last one, as per the list, is there? No. Last one, as per the list, maybe a repeating one. Absent, no? Samila? Samila is here? Right. Okay, you may on the mic can ask. Yeah. Need not to do the continuous assessment. No? Can carry forward. Okay. Then I'll have the head count of answering. 9 persons have answered today. Here, 6, 3 from there. Then okay, no? Right, then we will move to another lesson. Then after that, we will select a case study, right? Then planning sessions are over. Sorry, planning, we finished, no? The organizing. Second person is also over. Now we should go for the several lessons under leading, leading function. Leading in the function, there are four topics sit under that, no? Leading. That's the biggest function. Very important, no? Without leaders, actually, we can't manage the organization. Right. Then as per the syllabus, we are having a leadership lesson, motivation lesson, then communication lesson, groups and teams lessons, power politics. There are 5 lessons, right? They can lead. But I don't think all 5 should be that. But definitely we have to control it. Control it. This is the syllabus. Today I am not doing controlling. But on a recent day, we should do that for our sake. Then some of these lessons will be repeated in when you do organizational behavior subject. Leadership, motivation, communication, groups and teams, power politics. That means all 5 lessons are again repeated when you do OB. It happens. The university also, this is there. Overlapping is actually required. Then you can have thorough knowledge and make decisions comparative. Right. Then in that way, I can justify if I can't do these things, everything. In such a way, also I can justify. Right. You have that subject now? OB is there in your syllabus. The core subject. Well, yeah, I did that for the time since I am very busy, then I am continuing only management. My main is I should look at the management. My research area is also OB. But research I make discuss can be by bachelor but that is for us in developed countries in any topic we have to ensure research our own research findings. So tama students का thrill लेके इगन गए lecture करप देवा करनोट thrill ले dan आठ सौ में देवटे में किसके क्या कराने की होते हैं thrill लेके कराने तो आने जैसे कथा आठ सौ में देवे हमारे निकाय की हुआ है कि मैं अपना बुलास जो हम बुला केस ना करते हैं कि ये बच्चे तमाम रिसर्च पर लिए देखती है तबाही का निकाल में तो बुला दिया विश्वास that should happen that's how education should go syllabus is really विनाश का कथा अभी ये करते हैं ना लामाई पाई या repeat आपने इशू कर रहे हैं तर नहीं वो कर रहे हैं तब बेटे यार बट मास्टर नहीं मास्टर लामाई के नादार नहीं Now the doctoral degrees cannot have the modern research. Those are research qualifications. Right. First lesson and the leading function is leadership. Right. These are the areas we are going to cover long list. First to define the concept. Then we will distinguish, compare leading from managing. Or then we will use different theories and approaches. Traits theory, behavioral theories, situational theory, modern theories. Finally, we will identify some 7 principles that any organization can use to develop leaders there. These are cartoon name presents the leader behavior and the follower behavior. It is the one getting others to follow, or getting people to do things willingly, or using the authority to make decisions. But this is more with managing actually. Yeah. Use of authority in decision making is more with managing. These are with leading. Then this second point says leadership leaders essentially should be able to develop relationship, right? Through that, the leader can influence behaviors and actions of others, right? But I'll give another big definition. You can write down that to cover all possible keywords, right? Leadership is, you can write down that additionally. Leadership is an ability or then a competency like you want to whatever. Leadership is a competence. Leadership is a competency. Ability की बता दिया. The ability used to influence to get the task from others, developing relationships with them, then others. About developing relationships with them as per the situation. Right, then you can underline the terms ability, then task, ability or competence, yeah. Then task, then relationship, others also, others have to be the again. Then situation, relationship, situation. Those are the keywords. But in Bala leadership, another definition. Therefore, it is not a position actually. Position is manager. Leadership is a role to play to be successful managers. Right, it's a common one. Can be seen in all levels: individual level, group level, organizational level, national level, global level. It's a common topic, hot topic. There are global leaders, there are national leaders, there are corporate leaders, there are team leaders. Right, next point is to compare managing and leading. Then the first box and the keywords communicate a behavior of a manager, task done by a manager. The second box and the keywords there communicate the behaviors of a leader. Right. Then you have to pick a couple of words to bring a sentence. No? Right. from the two boxes. Right, then if we take ask when, ask why from the two, we can say that when a follower makes a mistake or an error, the manager mostly, not always, the manager mostly tries to ask who did that mistake or when that mistake happened. But with this, it is very difficult to find a right solution. Right. Instead, the leader may ask, why that problem happened? Why that error? Why that issue happened? Then with such a question, the leader can easily come up with the solution, safeguarding the relationship goes. Right. With that, that's how we can compare manager behavior and the leader behavior. Like this, you can pick some other couple of words from the two boxes. Right. Avoid conflicts. Yeah, the other one. Uses conflicts. Avoid conflict, uses conflicts. That is also another point. With this, you can say that managers mostly or managers always try to avoid organizational conflicts, assuming that all conflicts are negative towards organizational performance. But leaders try to stimulate the conflict positively in order to do creativity, innovations, and to enhance performance. Right. Using means sometimes they try to intentionally create conflicts, positive manner. Therefore, conflicts are not always bad. They can deliver performance also. Positive. Here comes with debate, no? To do a lot of innovations, have innovative decisions, you have to invite, no? Different views from the participants. With a single view, such a decision cannot be made. Then proactive, reactive. Those are the two types of controls. Right. Managers mainly use reactive control methods. Right. Knowing the problem only, they try to find out the reasons and to have the solution. But leaders try to be more proactive and they try to minimize the occurrence of problems in an organization with active behavior. But both are required in controlling that, not only one. But the leaders are more like to do the proactive control. Managers are more like to do reactive control. Then risk. Avoid risk. Taking risk. Another couple of points, no? Right. Then we can say managers are mostly trying to avoid risk. They are not risk takers. But leaders, the successful leaders try to take the risk, right? And engage in change processes successfully. That level of risk should be taken. No? Ivathalodate product avadhanam avashyam. Proponente political command risk taking. No? Risk avashyam. Then through that you can increase the profit. And sales. Avadhanam Bangalore. Right, then delegating, empowering, even discussed today. Right, mostly managers try to assign a portion of tasks to the subordinate through delegation. It is good, not bad actually, it is expected. But for extra leaders think of empowering, genuinely empowering subordinates to have the full potential, utilize full potential of them. තම පාර්ටි දෙකම එවිදිට තව බලලා දැස් දෙකම මොළමේ බලලා couple of words අරගෙන එහෙම ලියන්නත් ඕනේ. පැටර්න් එකට ලියන්න. ඒක good exercise එක. එකක් දෙකක් කරපුවාම තමයි දැනගන්න මේ පාර්ට් එක යන්නේ. ඒක උගක් තියෙනවා. Enforcing, facilitating, accepting, challenging, motivating, inspiring. No, money, inspiring. Instructing, motivating, or innovating. Likewise, sir. Right, then as mentioned here, managers mainly try to do things right. Their main focus is to enhance the efficiency. But leaders try to do right things, meaningful things, targeting the effectiveness also. But in management, both are required, not to balance. Right. Then managing is an authority relationship. They try to have the relationship using the formal authority. But leaders try to do that by influencing in different ways. Right. Then managers mostly always try to go with the stability, with the status quo. But leaders try to challenge that to do meaningful socio-cultural changes, socio-technical changes. Right. Then great leaders can be example as Mahatma Gandhi, a national leader, right? Then from businesses, Steve Jobs, the founder of Apple, then Bill Gates, Jack Welch, great CEOs, no? Tay Rock, Sam Walton, Walmart එකේදී අන්තිමේදී කරායේදී බණේ. අදානි අම්බානි වගේ Indian rich family businesses. Toyota. Okay, one for Google anywhere. Then Jack Ma, Alibaba. Mark Zuckerberg, Facebook founder. Tapi tahu ini mana? Elon Musk. Elon side itu. Ada berapa kali lagi? Right. Tidak trillion ya? Bus trillion ya? Mereka itu $12 triliun. Ya, half trillion. Bukan? Itu sih mana yang dikira betul. Rupiah luar. Lanka itu ini kalau mesti sah. Betul, right? කොහොමද දැන් ගන්න සැලරි එකනේ එක්සිකියුටිව් විදියට ගන්න සැලරි කම්පැනි වලට ගියාට දාගන්න බෑ ඒක ප්‍රශ්නේ ආවද ලංකාවේ LOC එකේ කවුද නායකව රිචස් ශ්‍රී ලංකාවේ කියන්නේ කොහොමද LOC money is all money earned through the salary huh personal money no could be even that is applicable to the company the group. The company then able at that. If I got to what is attributable to him in that capacity. Company only can the company could be at that. It against the company law. Company law can I think managers are very good business. My turn journalists are leading. One of the leading journalists, reporters. They were critical of the government. If the then subject, really not. Their task is writing, interviewing and writing. But we have to get for the whole 9 months. Otherwise, we have to get, I can set the time from 8 to 3. Or two times. We will get 2 times. Season wise. We are within 8 to 11 now. That's right. But the course exemption. This one. Then attendance. Then regular class. So Sunday 5. Then we have said the time. In 11 now. Then code. I have to finish that. The correct. Selling is correct now. Dia gua dive kan ya, nama dia itu. Nah, ini bisa ada ya. Kalau ada tidak juga. Kalau sudah ada udah deh. Ada ke darah ini. Ya kalau itu cek nanti. Ini apa video itu masih access di itu cek nanti ya. Bisa ada apa nih? Finished. Everybody was able. Lagi deh. Memang kata online itu dan kita kira tapi saya kira udah ada dia dan terima mereka tapi mereka mata kita kita sekarang jadi तो मेरा अगर नेचर है वीडियो नहीं करता पूरा देख देख पूरा भी है जाते हैं देखें दाम दाम पानी दे यूनिट के यूनिट के लैब के तुला ये वाले जाकर हुआ हरी पलंग का हरी 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 They thought of introducing this to our Rimbi and other educators. Now I had a call to remind that because these days our LMS went down a couple of weeks. Now it is in the normal. This is a very good method, no? Using the technology to discipline people. The traffic ticket there, and the QR code taking one monohari surveillance checking gatara, mundaka වැඩි කරන්නේ අල්ලගත්තේ. ගෙදරටම දඩකොලේ ගෙදර විදිහට හදන්නවා. නිකම්ම පාර වෙනවා ලංකාව. ඇක්සිඩන්ට් එකම උගක් අඩු වෙනවා. We have to use the technology. කාටවත් බයින්දෙත් නෑ ඒක. පේව කරාගෙන. සිංගප්පූරේම තියෙන්නේ වීසා නැතුව ගියාට කන්ට්‍රෝල් වෙනවා So visa no to enter, but they are using surveillance systems to monitor people. That's the best way, you know, as an island we can do that better than other countries. That's how we should democratize our country. And but we have a complexity tax system. What can be done with the billing? Sekolah yang bertanya kamu dia itu, dan melanggar dulu itu kegalan mereka. Tidak. ඒකතරම සාධාරණ. ගෘහ එක සාධාරණ, ළමයි එක සාධාරණ, then there should be a surveillance system. Hospital යනකොට කොච්චි යනකොට ඒවයි තියෙනවා. Then what is called? The top manager can see that. ගෙදර ඉඳන් බලන්න පුළුවන්. It's a control method. අපි අවශ්‍යම අපි වගේ රටවල මේ නොදැනුවත් තාක්ෂණීය සමාජයේ දැනුවත් බව වෙනස් වෙනවා. මමත් මේකට එච්චර තාක්ෂණය ඉගෙන ගන්න. That is one disadvantage. Then දන්න මෙඩිකමන්ට් misuse කරනවා. Human side then interactions. Error. Copy එකක් තමයි වුණා. කලරේෂන් අධ්‍යයනය කරනවා. ඒක තමයි හැම කෙනාම යන්න කුරුදෙල ඉන්නේ ඒකට ගිහිල්ලා ඒකට කලරලයිස් නැතුණාම බෑ. කොහොමද? Those are some disadvantages, but despite them, there are many massive advantages. So, disadvantages sort of has solutions. Some have backups. Then give training. People training about technology. Feedback is a must. Process periodically there should be feedback. Right, then we will continue to hand out of this across this. That's my handout. How to see this? This one. Through this. Yeah, this is okay, no? Now you have enough fair understanding about comparing, distinguishing, managing, and leading. The same manager should move there to be a leader. Right. All managers should be able to develop leadership qualities. Be successful managers. Right. Then leadership theories and approaches. The all one is the traits, leadership approach or traits, leadership theory. Then looking at the personality traits, including physical appearance, psychological capacities, social behaviors of the leader, we can identify him, treat him as a leader, comparing him or her from others. Right. Therefore, this theory, but today in future, it is very not in a biased way. It says that it assumes that all successful leaders are born. They cannot be made. Partly we can agree with that. But now we are in an era where some leadership qualities can be developed, right? Through training, education, experience, right? Education, we can develop. But even still, we have to agree with this. Some parts cannot be developed. They are brought by board. Right. Again, behavior can be both, always not developed. But another can argue that always behavior is not born. Some it can be developed as well, made as well. Balance approach right. Even Mahatma Gandhi, might be developing some qualities through the education. He had education. He has told that, no? Due to the education, I was able to come to that level. when Nelson Mandela, all others use education. But some communities of their great leaders might be coming to vote back. Right. Therefore, this theory is considered as the great man theory, great person theory of leadership. Great leadership, right? Where there's a good correlation of the leader success with the physical appearance and other personality traits of him or her. Doctors there's a strong correlation between the personality traits and the particular behavior, right? For the professional behavior. But at the same time, there are successful people who came through very lower level. Then in that scenarios, we can't say there is a correlation of this with that. Can't say so. Then, but we can say that those are the people who develop things through education and through experience over time. Therefore, we have to have the balanced approach of this. Actually, that's the argument against this theory. We can say everything is born, right? But still, we have to agree with that. If we carefully interview some successful people, we can say sometimes they are not telling, but we can identify that those qualities have come from genes, right? But now we can even AI, a lot of technologies can be used to present the behavior, replacing the leader. AI would put all that. Kalau Trump pun ada plan AI itu, play fake dogs. Dan gaya kau nak dia pula kena. Kita malu juga, betul lah kena pula sindu. Ya, jadi baru pula. Now we are in certain year. Ganti nak ada pula. Mandela nak ada pula. Karena para yang kita kebalakan pula lama itu. That's the role of the technology, modern technology. Anything is possible to do that. But taking it. Right. Then those qualities are the inherited characteristics, personality traits. First, we have to consider physical appearance. Physical appearance means the particular appearance of the person, typical to the person. Mahatma Gandhi magata mapi melo who angap bala berti ne ini bala. That is typical to him or her. Mandela gata matika kena. Ila Churchill gato thinna angap bala tiene. It should be typical to that person. Meronat tapi photo ikan tadi kan mata kena ini meati. That is one. But more than that, we have to consider the person's leader's psychological and other social capacities also. Speech, achievement orientation, participation, responsibility status, determination, those things. As well together. Right. The India may Tamil Naluvik ne rally करते बिला means merla ti bada therapy in such a way. Yeah, those are considered as leaders who brought the qualities by board. Those are by board characters. But Sangitya Hadala, you can note. And Macha, Sanana, Sangitya Hadala. Other Baladevi, Naribay, the Lanka, Saudari, Vikitanian. That's the orientation. That means some qualities can be formalized. Those qualities can be much formalized to the education. later on. They are learning through the experience also, no? Of the society. Then until they die, they are learning. So to make that 100% agreement, he will accept with the limitation. ඉතින් ඔබ තමයි බිස්නස් වලට තියන්නේ සමහර බිස්නස් ලීඩර්ස්ලා ඇවිල්ලා තිනවා ඇඟිලි පොතින් කින් බාලේ ඉඳගත්තොත් නේ now they are family people. Now sons daughters he didn't get but he got a doctorate also from Srilanka University honorary doctorate. There was a ceremony also in Bali. Then selling coach, those are not that educated people. But with the golden key case, he got the glory and passed away after a few years. They are the founding businessman in Sri Lanka, the quality one. Passed away, accident. Right. Founder of quality group. By the time unique radio was better than Sony radio. We had those days. Sony is always big. No sounds, clear sound, but unique is the one. And very good quality during our childhood. You must feel that all the machine is there in my hometown. Right. Those are great leaders, business leaders. Then Dilma founded, Baliban founded, all passed away. Now there's a second generation of professional management group. Genesis founders, Samsung, BSAA founders. Still, Colombo is there as a federal manager, senior manager. Then India management found. Still, those values are carried on. No? He has told that we have to produce whiskers which are suitable for my children. No? Anything else should be given to the customer, valuable customers. And Mahatma Gandhi is the one who has given a better definition about the customer. You can search that. Search as Google. Customer as per Gandhi. Well, Modi and Bengaluru, those are not much ethical. They figured match again, they got the name. They are promoting revenge. These are not actually great leaders, Modi and these are very selfish leaders. Promoting what is called unethical values throughout the world. These are the great people who transplanted values. Very, very good. Just one few sentences are coming up together to understand the customer. It is better than the definition given by Kotler, Philip Kotler. Philip Kotler says that customers are the people who purchase goods and services from the business. Only that much. Here, read out the sentences.
The most important
Yeah. For him, customer is the most important visitor to the prison organization. Then, continues now.
that the business depends on the customer from the other way.
Yeah, the organization or the business depends on the customer, not in the other way around. Then the customers are not, we are not giving him a favor, customer a favor, but customer is giving us a favor. Do a favor by giving a chance us to serve him more. Right? See the meaning? Actually, these should be by your business. Then from the following day, they may change differently. No? They may change or approach differently to these customers. But customers are two categories. This is about the external customer. But before treating him, we have to treat one should treat the internal customers, employees. Better. Develop Mudaliya. Seven numbers are equal. About email, therefore, customers are accountable. Right. It has the external customer right. But customer can be identified first as internal customers. Those are the employees. First, you have to satisfy your internal customers. Then get ready as a team to satisfy external customers. Right. But this is overall this is a good definition explanation for customer. Right. Okay. Therefore, definitely we can accept, still accept that, continue to accept that these are great leaders. Right. Then even we had no heroic leaders, no heroic leaders from all religions. In Tamil, in Muslim, they had great leaders from Sri Lanka. Did the same country, sacrifice their lives for the country, to elevate the country, to save the country. My king's life, to do together, no, Gajaba, Vijayabahu, Ratnambahu. Then heroic leaders like Harishchandra, D.D. Jayatilaga, Siddhi Devi, Ponnambalam, Arunachalam, because in all nations, different religions, races. Those are heroic leaders. Seen at the national level, country level. Right. Then when we consider their behavior, definitely we have to agree with this, no? Those have both. Right. Then even writers, no? Like poets like Masali Jayapuri. Masali Jayapuri. English into view. Then Moidin Bey. English into Guyana. About the poet house. That's a little game. Pasal so Moidin Bey Kangar. They have gone and gone. The Ravai Kira Valley. Udat Asaran line. Sharply. That with the similar joke. Tone is the same, similar. Then those are very good example to say the behavior is born. Genetically. Right. I will move to the next one. Behavioral approach to leadership. We have only 10 minutes to finish the first session. Then after that, we will have a break. Lunch break. Coming back, we will have another lesson. It is boring. We don't have 2 sessions for the same class. They gave an historically, then today. However, 2 hours. There was nice to pay 2 hours. Jana then in the lecture, he only had a few notes of that garden. We have to prepare our notes. It was a missionary band, the Yanu in a film Balpa, was to be at the library. Library of Bodbala, I don't know. A good lesson. Then we had tutorials also parallel to the main lecture. Those are the lecturers actually who taught much about the subject than the co-lecturer. Especially accounting, mathematics, statistics were much learned from them during the tutorial. Sums are given, time is given us to complete, then evaluation is done. Good learning. Now those are missing. Yeah, using the technology, new technology. Right. Then we will move to the next slide because that's the starting point of behavioral findings of leadership. But these studies, classical studies of leadership, have been carried out in USA state universities. This research was carried out in by a research team attached to the Iowa State University. IOWA, I capital IOW, still that university is the Iowa prefecture. Iowa University. Iowa University. Right. But those are very high ranked universities throughout. Right. Then Iowa research only found these three types of classical leadership. Right. What are these? Autocratic or authoritarian, there are similar names. Autocratic leadership style, then democratic leadership style, then laissez-faire leadership style. Right. Autocratic means authoritarian or hierarchical or top-down or command style or task-oriented style or telling style. Right. Then this means the leader makes the entire decision alone. After making the decision by the leader, he tells that to the subordinates to implement. That's why this is said as autocratic leadership style. But for some situation, this is the best one. Right. This is the best one. Even for a country like Sri Lanka, still this is very effective. Autocratic leadership style. Then this is based on fit into the military leadership style. Sarath Kosika has been using this very effectively during the battle situation, war situation. But he tries to use the same in the politics also. Isn't it? It is not effective. Katakan Vijay Pawan, top down. That is not matching fitting to the civil society. It matters only to the military. Right. But in businesses also, I think for some suitable, whenever the organization needs to get quick decisions, very quick decisions, top-down decisions, individual decisions, then this is effective. Other two are not effective for such situations. Right. Then manager uses the authority to make the decision. Then after that, the decision made by him or her told to others. That's why it is said as the telling style of autocratic, authoritarian style. Right. Then second one is one alternative. Then participation is increased where democratic style appears, where leader try to make the decision shared with in a team. In Japan, this is highly practiced. Japan, because even Japanese traditional family system looks like this. Our traditional family system looks like the first one. It's very hierarchical. Japan is also hierarchical, but domination is not that. In our setup, domination is promoted. One can dominate the others. So we are following that one. But according to Japanese ring system, though members should follow the hierarchy, the domination is not done. Instead, all members try to come to a consensus building to make the final decision. Dan dia kata mana? Apa yang mana? Kita apa itu dulu kita sama dia ni. Tapi dia tadi amat dia sama kan. Jadi apa tahu lama kita gila. Yang dia tu. Sama yang ni. Sama yang barangnya yang kita produk kita saya kata bayar me kuda ikut ni. Ekyan team style ni ya. Sama yang kita tidak kan family. तो यादों ने कहा फैमिली के प्रति ध्यान रखने खड़े हैं फैमिली का अर्थ क्या कथा करता है फैमिली के प्रति नहीं करना जैसे इसमें then there are similar names for that. We can call this as bottom up style, Because first one is top down. Then participative style, team decision making style, democratic style, shared leadership, consultative style, coaching style. Likewise, there are many names. Then selling. First one is selling. This one is selling. Selling means leader tries to sell the ideas. Selling ideas means the leader tries to invite others to share their views also as inputs, right? Used for the decision. Right. That's how this should be elaborated. Right. The last one is a very distributed one, where this is the ideal style. Yeah? Some call this as ideal. Ideal means second leadership style matches for more situations. Ideal, not to all. But the main corner thing they go net. ඒ තුන ගැන කතා කරන මේ දෙක ඕන නැත්නම් මේක අදාළ නැහැ මේක බෑ. නමුත් ගොඩක් තැන්වල මේක තමයි ඕනේ වෙන්නේ. Democratic style. Even today. Right. License bearer means it is considered as genuine style. ඒක තමයි වඩා genuine එක. Because leader tries to empower others as much as possible. So ධම්මික පදයට ඒ වගේ කියලා කියන්නේ නේද? He likes delegating the to others. He looks after only critical decisions. Now for ICT වගේ බලන්නේ sir finance management. අපේ ICT වල තරකට තමයි investment business වලට තමයි. Right. Then these leaders try to delegate more tasks of decision making to others, other managers and members. Right. Therefore, this is considered as genuine style. Empower is leadership style. Empower is then what is called delegative style. Therefore, leader tries to delegate more and more tasks to others. But the leader should clear that full delegation, 100% delegation should not be done. We also should monitor that. Right. Therefore, these are the findings of the Iowa leadership study during the behavioral era of leadership. But based on these three, and now modern leadership researchers have come up with some other buzzwords of leadership. Boundary leadership PI, authentic leadership PI, humble leadership PI, transformation leadership, transactional leadership, modern. Right now, skip the slide. Right. In addition to the Iowa, these are the two other classical leadership studies carried out in Ohio University and Michigan University. The two are also very popular US national universities. Right. But these two studies identify same two dimensions, what I mentioned in my given definition also. These two embrace the task orientation of the leader. Task orientation of the leader about the subordinate. These two consider the relationship orientation, relationship between orientation or relationship focus of the leader. Right. Therefore, even today, the main two dimensions regarding the task and regarding the relationship matter for a modern leader also. ඒක තමයි ඉස්සෙල්ලා බලන්න. වැඩේ කරගන්නත් ඕනේ සම්බන්ධතාව අකින්නත් ඕනේ. But we have to consider the situation also. That should happen as per the situation. Right. Therefore, today I think we have to consider these three words: task, relationship, situation. Be a successful leader. Right. But situation is a person. Situational leadership be like a person. Behavioral leadership for the task, relationship, three leadership style. Iowa, where the game dimensions thing. For you, both considered the task and relationship orientations of a leader. Right. Then Bacon model, later considering these two, found by Ohio and Michigan, developed a management grid theory or leadership grid theory. I have not given that figure. You can Google and download or refer the particular page of the ebook in that leadership section. It nicely provides that model. Or you can Google it. Then the image will come. You can write down that. But since I have uploaded the ebook, some not given areas, you can refer that. XY theory, those I mentioned that, no? Would refer that. Right, XY theory is here. Then to have the full details in 2 columns, refer that book, the particular page. Okay, XY theory. Right. Then XY theory is brought to have the movement from this to the situational level. Situational leadership. Douglas McGregor's XY theory is the base. You are model leader to identify, model manager to identify, use the situation, leadership style. Right. How to use the style situation. Right. Therefore, XY theory it says 2 types of behaviors of employees, and to respond the identified behavior, then manager should be able to select and use the particular leadership style according to the depicted behavior by the employee. It says that actually need not to consider the all employees in the organization or the group, right, in a cluster, but even the leader may use this with one-to-one evaluation of employee, considering one-to-one evaluation. Because individuals are different, one-to-one, one by one. We can collectively evaluate. Right. Then this cartoon says that even in animals we can see attribute the use of or happening of the behavioral leadership insights. When you see the sky, sometimes you may happen to see the flying birds flock together. Then if you carefully see that, maybe in the evening or somewhere when it is not raining, even on the floor you can see herds of animals working or doing flock together. Then you can see how they try to appear as a leader or as followers. And it is rotating. The flying bird sometimes takes directions in a rotative manner, giving chances to others also. It's a training. All these are attributed in these behavioral leadership theories. To learn and experience how things should be done with the relationship manner to match with the situation. Whenever the weather is not very turbulent, then the very experienced bird may lead the flock. They know that by the experience. Whenever the situation is very calm and quiet, I think the less experienced bird or a member may get the front. The similar thing should be, I think, followed by human beings also, no? Doing those similar jobs as a pilot. Situation එක අනුව බලන්න ඕනේ. දැන් ඉන්දියන් අර එයාක්‍රාෆ්ට් එකේම මේ ඕනේ ඒවා බලන්න තියෙන්නේ. වෙද ඉස්සෙල්ලා බලන්න ඕනේ. පැටර්න් එක අනුව තමන් බලන්න එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් කෙනාව ටේක් ඔෆ් කරනවාද? ලෙස් එක්ස්පීරියන්ස් කෙනාට දෙනවාද? මම ඒකේ මොනවද පැටර්න් එක කරලා තියෙන්නේ. right. ගෝයින් එකේ ප්‍රශ්න දෙන්නේ. අපිට දෙන්නේ මේ ගෝයින් එකේම නෙවෙයි. පයිලට්ස් එකේ මොනවද තියෙන්නේ ප්‍රශ්න. They have not well detected the particular ground weather condition. නැත්නම් දසදහස් ගණනක් යනවනේ Boeing similar aircraft, no? But that problem only happened to that aircraft.